Alright, home slices. This game is called First Degree. This is the demo for it because it's still in development. It's on itch.io, just like Twisted was, and you can get it for free to play. So what I've read from the thing about the game, the little like backstory here, is that this sexy bitch is trying to find a serial killer, so he decides in his sexy bitch brain that he needs to copycat the serial killer to understand the serial killer to catch the serial killer. So we're gonna be playing as probably the copycat serial killer. So let's just jump right in and see where this sexy bitch's story goes. If it gets inappropriate, I'm sorry. Yeah, adult discretion is strongly advised. This game is for mature audiences only. Based on the personal choices you make throughout, characters and scenarios will evolve accordingly. Strong, detailed depiction of adult language, nudity, mental illness, physical and sexual violence, extreme gore, and other material may be deemed controversial, taboo, or disturbing in nature. They're relevant to the character building, meant to drive the story. Game is not meant to fetishize or view violence in any manner as acceptable. Good to know. Let's hope for the... Oh, why is he so cute? Don't make the guy we're playing as cute, because he's obviously insane. Welcome to First Degree. I am Rei Kirishima, and this is Jun in Minami. I bet you that's the killer. Minami's the killer. He's Minami Shunsuke. And hey, my name's Jun Sagayo. I'm sorry if I butcher these names. Please read this short tutorial before the game begins. Okay, so I can turn this off. That's good. First of all, please make sure to check your settings before you play the game. You can access the settings screen by clicking Options in the lower right corner of the screen in the Quick menu. Okay. You can also access the settings from the main menu. Just click Settings. Adjust your volume sliders as need be. Make sure you check the censorship options. This is an R18 game and will have both sex and blood. If you're uncomfortable with either of these, select on for the respective censorship option. CGs will be replaced by censored ones, but the text will not be changed. The option is enabled when the square has a red center. After you play through the game at least one time, you will have access to additional modes such as Animal, Ears, Tailor, Magical Boys mode through the settings screen. That would make a very awkward game. Like, I'm a copycat serial killer, but I'm also a cat boy. It's like, what? There will be a patch later down the line, so don't get your hopes up for that right now. Sorry. Okay, so it's just like a fun thing they put in, so they might not have it later. Okay. To save the game, you can either right-click or click Quick Save or save in the Quick menu. Load and Quick Load will be in the same ribbon. Click Skip in the Quick menu to skip text you've already read. You can use the scroll wheel to go back and reread lines. Be sure to use the phone often. It includes a glossary of all the terms used throughout the text. This is indicated by the green icon. You will also need to click the phone when I receive a call from someone. This is indicated by the red icon. Texts are important as well. Just look for the blue icon. New photos such as CGs or some absolutely stunning photos of me, aw June, you're gonna be my favorite I feel, are marked by the pink icon. Important events in the calendar like a romantic and lovely date with me are shown by the orange icon. You're desperate, aren't you? No. Anyway, calls and texts can't be skipped, but you don't have to check the glossary, images, nor calendar to advance in the game. To close the phone, you can either click the bunny on the home button, or you can click the phone icon in the dialog box. I'd prefer the latter since I don't want the little bunny getting hurt. Whatever, Minami. He's the killer. Minami, please. He's super into rabbits. He's a serial killer. This game runs on a day-by-day basis. The day, date, and sun moon icons to indicate day or night will display above and below the phone. The current in-game date will also be indicated in the calendar. If you are confused after a time-day skip, make sure to check it. When you are met with a decision, some will be timed, so be on your toes. Your decisions may change how the story ends. Bad decisions will raise suspicion and show a black icon if you pick it. A good decision will not increase or decrease suspicion and show a white icon if you pick it. There may also be a standard option, which may or may not raise suspicion. This option shows it. Okay. Remember to save often. You never know if a decision will be a simple one or an important one. After the first playthrough, this tutorial will no longer automatically play, but it will be available in the main menu if you need it at any time. Now hurry up and get started, and good luck. I'm sure you'll need it. I'm sure I will. Check the settings before beginning the game. So okay. Oh, okay. Wait. No, I want to check the settings first. October 15th. 1 second. We're gonna turn this off. I clicked you. Thank you. Gore. Okay, we'll leave that because I'm sure that's fine. But I'm gonna do the click the sex box. Sex box. Voice volume. Just turn it all off so we don't have to hear them screaming because I'm sure that's what's happening. Okay. It's intoxicating. The rush, the colors, their expressions, the science. Sometimes the only way to learn is through hands-on experience. I need to know how.
How are the cuts so clean?
Oh, they're actually talking.
Maybe if I... Or what about...
Voice acting. Spot on. I put my notebook on the medical table beside me. Placing my hands on the bound man's legs, I leaned in and gazed down at him. Uh-oh.
Sorry that I crossed your path tonight, but...
I just really want to catch this fucking serial killer.
You'd be a great contribution.
The guy's like, I don't feel good about being part of your science. Please, no. I retrieve a number 10 scalpel from the medical tray as my victim screams through his gag, shaking his head as if he can somehow deter me. Tears stream down his cheeks as his hands fist. His chest heaves with each strained breath. Did someone send me a text message? Oh, it's the glossary. In the middle of murder time.
Thank you for your contribution,
Number 7 is like, no, you're not welcome. He's just like, I gotta go. He just like inchworms away. Oh, you can't see, but I think it says his name at the bottom. I can't see it either. There's like a red slashy doodad. I don't know why it's there. I'm just gonna assume it's for color. Okay, start at the second rib down, make a vertical incision to the fourth rib, don't panic, horizontal cut halfway across the breast, just below the first rib and above the fifth. Fold the skin back, expose the muscle. Come on, you've done this 6 times already. Don't mess this part up. Repeat the same incisions in the muscles and expose the rib cage. Okay, so far so... Ugh, sloppy cuts. He keeps squirming. Well, duh, he's still alive, you dingus.
You're already ruining my experiment.
Why don't you kill him
Stay
first?
Still. Otherwise, you'll feel even more pain.
I guess he's doing what the killer does. What an annoyance. There's no way I'll be able to understand the doctor's way of killing at this rate. I get the basics, but how does he master such clean cuts? Probably because he's an actual doctor. The man continues to struggle enough to make me graze his neck with the scalpel.
Stop moving! You're messing up my data!
Now the voice acting is spot on. This amount of blood loss isn't concurrent with the expected loss from the doctor's cuts. Maybe it's my method? Shit. I'm so bad at serial killing. 6 murders and I can't get it right? The doctor would be super upset.
You're going to force me to speed up the process.
That's what I would do that.
Just my luck.
Like, if you're gonna kill me, you're gonna kill me fast, because or not at all. I would freaking loop my legs around his neck and just snap it like Sonya Blade. I reached for the costotomy?
Sedative
Whoops.
won't help now that you've rushed me.
Wait. Okay. Bone cutter on the medical tray. My victim's blood dripping from my gloves onto the other pieces of equipment.
Sedative won't help now that you've rushed.
Yep. I position that, and the man's muffled screams become loud. Okay, hold on. Just hold on. A surgical instrument for cutting the ribs and opening up the thoracic cavity. Ooh, intriguing. I'm gonna hit the bunny because that guy told me not to. A man's muffled screams become louder as he attempts to shake free. After what seems like a few seconds, my victim falls unconscious, and I'm finally able to work without the excessive noise. What a jerk. Sweet dreams, my 7th failure. Okay, Ray, that's just rude. Oh, I guess he removed the heart. October 16th. Detective Steele walks onto the scene, lifting the yellow police tape and ducking beneath it. The area is already numbered and marked as he steps carefully. Looking at the body, he furrows his brows, instantly recognizing the kill pattern.
Hello, number 7.
What's going on? Oh, he's married, and his name is Aiden. Or Aiden, depending on if you played Beyond Two Souls or not.
Damn. Hey, Ray. Hurry up. We don't have all day.
Are we investigating our own murders? Hold on one second. love that we're investigating our own murders.
Yeah, common old
Like,
man.
I don't. What happened, man? It's like, where were you last night? I wasn't out murdering a guy. It's like, I didn't ask if you were. Oh, well, I wasn't. Inspecting my own work again. So boring. Well, maybe stop killing people if you don't want to be bored. I slip on my gloves and kneel by the body as I adjust the fit.
Left wrist dislocation. The midline of his chest cut down to his fourth rib. Thoracic cavity cut open and stitched closed. Heart potentially missing. 2-centimeter gash on his sternocleidomastoid. Burn marks on his neck from a stun gun.
I know what a sternum is, thank you. Long muscle in the neck that turn and nod the head. That's right. Yep, that's right. Die, bunny.
You know I hate when you mumble.
Then get a new partner.
Oh,
Sorry.
you know you hate my squint talk.
Yeah, but as your supervisor, I need to at least pretend like I'm listening.
This guy sounds like Endeavor Light, you know? Like he's not quite Endeavor, but he's almost there.
How about I just talk a little louder for you?
Scream it. Give him a headache.
Is it so difficult to just talk normally?
Yeah, because I'm like 18 and you're like 40 and I like to be a total fucking obnoxious dick. That's why I'm killing all these people.
Yes, because we didn't stop for breakfast.
Oh yeah, see I don't eat breakfast, so I'd be like totally not all salty about it. Just give me coffee, that's my breakfast.
How old are you again?
That's when I would be like super irritating. It's like, oh, well, you said we couldn't stop for coffee because the body is obviously going to run away, but here we are, coffeeless, and you bitching at me about talking too loud.
You still owe me a breakfast sandwich. Don't forget.
I love this adorable relationship between this like seasoned detective and this like fucking teenager who's good at cutting people open.
How could I possibly with your whining?
Anyway, back to business. I'm gonna have to autopsy the victim to get any final results. At this point, all I can tell you is that the approximate time of death is between 7 and 8 hours ago. Cause of death is probably shock or blood loss. Age is around mid-40s. But, like I said, I'll need to autopsy him. Have them track down his heart and then bag him and take the poor bastard to my lab. Make sure it's just how I like it. Last time those idiots messed up.
You can already tell he's like a perfectionist. He's like, it has to be just right. It's like, you need to calm down, Ray. He needs a cup of tea. Detective Steele slips a small scratch pad and pen from his pocket and jots down some notes before turning to inform the rest of the forensics team of their duties.
Please, you remind me of my wife.
She's stunning, you mean? He's like,
Huh? What did you say? What's that supposed to mean? Don't just walk away, I'm talking to you.
you remind me of my wife. How's that? I want to bang you too. It's like, what? No, nothing. I left the stove on.
What a bastard.
I stand and remove my gloves as I walk towards the crowd of onlookers. Getting in Detective Steele's car, I wait for him to finish investigating the scene while the rest of the forensics team examine the surrounding area. So annoying. I wonder when the doctor will kill again. What if we were the doctor the whole time? Oh, we've been investigating this for a while, I think. So much jest, so little answers. This guy's just too fucking good. One could almost think he's the master of the perfect crime, but then again, he does leave us the bodies. Flipping through the multitude of crime scene photos on the computer, I find myself stopping at every other one to reassess what I'm seeing. I lean in closely and squint with my nose almost brushing the screen, and that's with my glasses on. Is this the best they can do? This agency needs better cameras or better photographers because I can barely see shit. At least the cuts are visible, mostly. A member of forensics walks over, leaning on the back of my chair and peeking over my shoulder at the pictures as he sips some coffee.
Hey, real
Who
good.
the fuck are you?
Progress? This case is crazy. I don't think we've ever had such a high body count. Any ideas
I like
about
how he
the
wears
victim?
his fucking tie.
Is he the copycats or the doctors? We've all got to bet.
I love that he's like, his shirt is partially untucked and like he's got a vest, but he's not really using the vest. Or no, that's part of his jacket. Oh, it's his lapels. Okay, okay. So he's just a weird dressing guy. I do like his little button here, but he's got his tie over his shoulder so it doesn't fall into the evidence. You're the killer. You are that pink-haired guy. It's one of you.
Please tell me it's the doctor's. My lunch is writing on it.
No, it's not. It's me. What? I mean, it's the copycat. Taking off my glasses, I rub my eyes in frustration before pointing to the monitor.
Oh, Nito, when will you learn? The clean cuts are always the doctor's. You know, professional grade quality. The copycat acts like a C-grade college kid who needs a 30-point curve to pass.
He's like, basically like, I kill like I'm bad at killing, but my maths are actually really good. Did I just insult myself? You did. You did, honey. Look at his face. He's like, fuck. Alright, let's quick save.
Gosh, those cuts look painful and oh god, the ribs. Ugh. I'm not cut out for this.
You don't know.
Pun intended?
Aha, Ray. Always a riot in the autopsy room.
Now that you mention it, yeah, it was.
Anyway, the best we can figure, they both have medical experience. The main difference is one uses a black market muscle relaxer more potent than succinylcholine. Not that we have any evidence of it though. Tox screen's always negative.
Yeah, I know what to talk. I don't know what this is, but I know what that is.
So, how is it that they expect you to figure this out if everything comes back negative?
I have no fucking clue. These desk jockeys can barely keep it together lately. That's about all I can tell you.
He's just like, he's like, I hate desk jockeys. They don't. They think they're riding horses, but sorry. Honestly, I'm just trying to figure out the methods myself at this point. The process isn't important, just who did it.
Listen, I'm not the one that told you. Every new kill is like a game of races. Let's just hope next kill I get a few hundred. I've already lost $60. Can you believe it?
So stop gambling, you psycho. He laughs jokingly and taps me on the shoulder. We chuckle before I turn back to my monitor as he walks away.
See ya, partner.
Oh yeah, you or the pink-haired guy are definitely the killer. What a strange guy. Continuing to flip through the photos, one of my biggest questions still eats at me. How is he drugging his victims? No punctures between the toes, none behind the ears or the arms, and it's not as if you can just drink the stuff for the same result. Even if I could get my hands on it, I doubt my paycheck would cover the cost, and it's not like I fully understand how he uses the shit. Okay, 1 second. One second. Okay. Who's calling me? Oh, it's the detective.
Hello.
Body's an autopsy. As you know, this is priority.
Well, someone's happy to talk to me. What happened to, hey hun, how are you?
Hey, hun, how are you?
That's better.
Aww. If only he knew. Well, why is the picture of the doctor of him in bed? They're all in bed. Are they all naked except for the detective? I'm married. Not for long.
I need you down here at 5.
No, Aiden. Adiden. He hangs up. He's like, dude, stop flirting with me. I can't help it, detective. God, he's so much fun to tease. Especially with all those corpses I keep leaving behind for him. I'm such a tease. It's like, are you? Standing from my desk, I shut down the computer and grabbed my case files before heading down to the lab. We meet again, number 7. Let's make this fast, shall we? I pull on my latex gloves. Sorry, my cousin he's sick, my baby cousin, so I was checking. I pull on my latex gloves to prep for the autopsy. Consulting the case files, I browse for any noteworthy evidence, definitive cuts, out-of-place abrasions, or punctures, and I should also run a toxicology report as a precaution. I begin recording the session.
The victim is approximately in his mid to late 40s, about 1.82 meters in height, and about 93 kilograms in weight. Time of death, approximately Sunday, 12:30 a.m.
God, you did it at 12:30 in the morning? Or you just standing around waiting for some dude? Like, that's the perfect victim. I perform a regular exterior exam and take samples before continuing with the interior, using scissors to cut the sutures on the chest to open the thoracic cavity. All that hard work for nothing. Oh, looks like your heart's been taken too, huh? Let me guess. Your murder's been staged in an alleyway, but to the agency, your actual place of death is a mystery.
The victim was probably conscious
Duh.
of the skin degloving and rib breakage, seen from the blood flow pre-mortem. The victim's heart was removed post-mortem, as blood flow seems to have decreased in the area. Cause of death is probable blood loss.
This guy should take it easy on his liver. Feeding the organs through each hand, I feel for any inconsistencies in the flesh before palpating the site of the wound and sutures.
Everything's consistent so far.
He just sounds so done. Oh, it's so boring investigating me. It's all about me and what I want. Dead bodies and investigations. So boring. Pulling a hand out of his chest, a long string of syrupy blood follows and marks a trail down the victim's side. What's this? Lying on the corpse's stomach, the dark-colored material is coated with red tar and imitates a flesh-like quality. Oh, don't fucking tell me. Could that be? Great. Just fucking great. It's rare that my gloves tear. For me, 2 times less than a condom. When it happened last night, I didn't think to look more closely for the missing tip. I never imagined it had fallen into the body. Shit. How should I cover my ass? Leave it in the body? Hold on. I can't. Just leave it there. Fuck it. Shit, if I pause for too long, it looks too suspicious. I'll just leave it for now. I hate to say it, but it's a good chance Mito won't even notice, no matter how obvious it is. I totally fucked myself right there. I didn't see what thing it made. Closing the incision, I cover the cadaver with a body sheet and remove my gloves and toss them in the hazard bin. Afterwards, I place a few bags of evidence containing pieces of the victim's hair, skin, and blood samples on the counter. Resting my hands on the countertop, I sigh as I look down at the evidence bags. To finish my autopsy, I pull out a coroner's report to file my paperwork. I draw the wounds onto the male model on the paper and file the cause of death as blood loss. Slipping my phone from my pocket, I dial Detective Steele's number to update him that I finished for the day. Oh, I gotta actually do that.
What did you find?
A dead body. Ha!
Not much, but we both knew that.
Figures. I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, see you in a few, boss.
His voice does sound really familiar. Aiden's. I hang up the phone and wait for him in the hall. I pace slowly in the hallway before looking down at my feet, with hands in my pockets as a small touch startles me. As a brown, grease-stained bag taps my arm, I turn to find Detective Steele smiling at me and holding it out between us.
Peace offer.
I didn't know we were at war.
Reaching out, I take the bag and peek inside to find my favorite, a hot, freshly made breakfast sandwich. As I take a bite, a shadow looms over me and suddenly my back is flush with the wall. Not that I mind.
Wow, you got this
Whoa.
just for me?
Force of habit.
Is he imagining this, or are they actually a thing?
You're just feeding it. Literally.
Aww.
And you make it hard to quit smoking.
He's saying that you're very stressful. Bray, stop killing people. When he finds out, he's gonna smoke like 80
I asked
packs.
you to quit, but you didn't have to.
Didn't know you cared so
Oh,
much.
okay. He's like, you should quit smoking, and Aiden's like, I'll do anything for you, baby. It's like,
Most
oh.
guys don't want to kiss a guy that smokes.
No, they are a thing. Okay.
Since when did you have plans to kiss me?
Just looking out for an important guy like you. Never know when someone might get tempted.
The story took a turn.
Or maybe I'm the one who's tempted.
Please let this be. It'd be so funny. It's in his imagination, and Aiden's like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, oh, yeah, the sandwich is fucking great. Detective Steele leans in and cups my chin in his hands. He stares at my mouth before shifting back to my eyes.
Thought you were married.
That has nothing to do with this.
Detective Steele's thumb brushes my bottom lip as he leans in closer. Normally I wouldn't be so flustered at an older man coming onto me, but at his closeness my lids get heavy and my head leans in. My heart picks up speed and I lick my lips in
You have a
anticipation.
little something right here.
Detective Steele catches a crumb of bread between his fingers and casually tosses it away.
You're such a bad. Is that why you wanted to move me down here?
Yes. Sorry, that was just the best. He's like, you never know when a man might be tempted to get food off his partner's face.
I have absolutely no idea what you mean. You're my partner. Anything like that between us would be impossible.
But what if I stopped being your partner? That was the best. Oh my god. Aiden,
Well,
you're my favorite.
things certainly seemed possible a couple seconds ago.
Looks like you got a bit of an imagination. Did you want something to happen?
Yeah, dude, because you're totally jacked, I can tell. You got that older dude, like, suaveness that, like, all these young serial killers are into. I push up from the wall and walk away from him, half to hide my frustration and half to regain control over the situation.
No way I'm dating an old man.
Behind me, Detective Steele's heavy footsteps begin to follow me to the
You
elevator.
should give us old man a try sometime. Some can share a world of experience.
If you haven't noticed, it says in my file that I'm a very responsible and very mature employee who would never screw his boss.
No, you're not. You kill people for a living. He's not mature. I'm mature enough to not bang my partner slash boss. It's like, but I'm not mature enough to let this whole serial killer thing go, so I'm also a liar.
Yeah, you say that now, but we're about to be alone in your office for who knows how long.
Shut up and let me eat in peace.
We take the elevator together, the scent of my breakfast mixing with the scent of lingering cigarette smoke. I finish eating before we make it to my office, so he stopped smoking because Ray asked him to.
You know, I really appreciate you getting me the
That's
sandwich.
cute.
No problem, even though you barely deserved it.
How can you say that? I actually worked today.
That's why I said barely. But it would be nice to get this kind of production out of you more often. It seems to me that if it's not the doctor, you're not interested.
Maybe
There
if
will be a
you
lot of mundane
flirted a little
cases
more,
to
you might
deal
get
with.
more work
You're
out
gonna
of
have
me.
to figure out if this is what you really want to do.
I like Aiden.
I am interested. I just wish it wasn't so paperworky. I spend more time drawing fucking pictures than my actual job.
Well, then you can become a good artist. That's what I would
Paperwork is
say.
the job. Just remember that before you ask for that work extension. It's not just here. No matter where you go, you can expect the same.
Is that your subtle way of asking me to stay?
No, it was.
I you to stay. Is that less subtle?
Why are you so set on this? I'm not that good.
Already told you it's because you're super cute.
We both know you're not the humble type. You are that good. Anyway, let's talk about what you found. Fill me in.
One second. My heart skips a beat as he asks. Should I tell him? It could save my ass the trouble later if I do now. Tell him what? I'll be honest with him.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Well, aside from a strange piece of material in the chest cavity.
Chest cavity? What kind of material?
The kind that could put my ass in prison. I've got to be more careful.
Not sure. Could just be random debris.
Or he slipped up. Anything that might carry DNA?
Just your mom.
Hard to say. Just kind of depends on what it is.
Well, at least that gives us a possibility. I'll take it. You know, your shift's almost over. Will you need a ride home?
I always need a ride home, Detective Sexy.
No, I'll
Sorry.
catch the train. I wouldn't want to make you keep your wife waiting.
At the mention, he looks away and subtly plays with the band on his finger before shoving both hands in his pockets.
I'm usually here till midnight. So, if you need a ride next time...
What if they're separated and he just hasn't told Ray?
Yeah, rain check on that.
I walk toward the elevator and call back over my shoulder.
You're not their prisoner. Go home for once.
Hitting the button on the wall, I wait for the elevator to arrive and casually glance around before looking back over my shoulder again toward Detective Steele. It's my every intention to check him out. He's probably headed back to his office for another long day of overtime. Even he admits he doesn't need the money, so why stay here any longer than you have to? They're getting a divorce. As I look up, I find that he's beaten me to the punch. Detective Steele watches me and our eyes meet. I'm mostly curious and a little amused, but the detective is instantly flustered and looks away fast enough to give him whiplash. He just turns so fast, he smashes his head against the wall and knocks himself out, and Ray's like, oh fuck. He has to go back and take care of him. Are you okay? And he's like, nope, concussed. Looking back at his phone, the detective makes a poor show of being oblivious before he walks off in embarrassment. You've got to be kidding. I bet his wife wouldn't appreciate that, or maybe she would. A threesome with an older couple? Can't say I'm ruling it out. Ray! Rude. I smile to myself and I feel both confident and thrilled that I've caught my stiff, stoic, hard-ass boss doing something considerably out of character. I would have expected that kind of attention from one of my patrons at the bars or even one of the younger officers. I'm on to you, detective. They're getting a divorce.
Final home.
Like, I bet that's what's happening. He just hasn't told it. He hasn't told Ray. Approaching the doors with keys in hand, I let myself in and turn on the lights.
God, I'm tired.
Aw, you poor baby. All that murder. After making my way through the murder room, murder room? Sorry, I said murder. Mud room, my black cat, Key, greets me with a nuzzle and a hungry mew.
Sorry, Key. I'll feed you in a little.
Oh, I actually said its name right. I head to the bedroom with Key following my steps. After dropping my satchel on the floor, I throw myself onto my bed in exhaustion. Key promptly jumps on top of my aching back.
Maybe you really are unlucky, Key. I'm starting to slip up.
Don't diss your black cat like that, bro. My eyelids slowly lower and allow me to drift into sleep despite Key's hungry mewing. What's that sound? Ugh, just let me sleep. Shit. Multiple doorbell rings, quiet tapping. Damn it. Was there a tutoring session scheduled today? Shit. Slept on my glasses. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Groggily, I sit on the edge of my bed, elbows on knees. I rub at my eyes with the heels of my palms, trying to wipe away the crust. Walking to the mudroom, I hesitate to unlock the door for my prized pupil.
Fuck. Here we go.
Is it that pink hair dude? As I open the door, I prepare for an overly enthusiastic teenager to poison me with whatever food he's whipped up this time.
Oh, hi, Ray. Oh, what took you so long? I was worried you wouldn't answer. Are you okay? You look a little pale. Maybe you're hungry? I brought you a bento.
His smile puts the sun to shame and is too bright for my recently opened eyes.
Thanks. I'll save it for later.
Alright, we're gonna save it here. And we're gonna leave it here. But this game so far is just hilariously awkward. And I love it. So if you guys would like to check this out, or if you would like me to continue the demo, I don't know how far it goes after this, let me know, and I will. I'll do the rest of it for you guys. But I've been on it for almost like 40 minutes, and I'm sure you guys don't want to watch 40 minutes more. But if you do want to watch 40 minutes more, then tell me, because I will play more First Degree, the demo, for you guys. This is a pretty long demo. It's pretty great, actually. So yeah. Yeah, I like how hilariously awkward it is. Aiden's my favorite so far. He's great. That fucking hallway scene was so out of left field, and I loved every second of it. So, yeah, that was awesome. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!